Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Derek Afasi. I'm the owner of Afasi Financial Group and retiresharp.com. Today's topic I want to get over to you guys talking about rolling over your 401k to a new employer. So this is the individual that's been contributing to a 401k, qualified employer-sponsored retirement plan, and they are now either severed employment or they have a new company that took over that existing company, and they're trying to figure out, does it make sense for me to take my old 401k and roll that over into the new plan, that new employer? And the very basic components of this video is I want to explain to you the benefits of just taking the old 401k and why it's more advantageous to roll that over into a specifically designed IRA contract so that you could correlate that to either a growth goal, an income goal, a safety goal that typically works a lot better than your 5 to 20 different funds that you might have with your new employer 401k plan. So to take a step back, the things we understand about the 401k is it's set up through a private institution, and it's a qualified retirement plan, meaning that this is going to be known as a pre-tax retirement plan. So an individual is working for a company and they're making dollars from this company. They're paying them. This company says, okay, listen, we're going to cover your health insurance, we're going to cover your ancillary benefits, different things, and then also we're going to give you an offer to take a portion of your salary, what we're paying you, that you could then take that portion or a percentage of your salary and place it into a type of retirement bucket, a retirement account known as a 401k. So if this individual goes and makes $100,000 and they say, I want to place 10% of my salary, which is 10 grand, into this bucket, because it's pre-tax, they're taking their $100,000. They're getting a tax deduction off of the $10,000 that they contributed. So now you have $10,000 that's going into this bucket. So what determines whether or not this bucket is going to be growing at the end of that day, at the end of the year, is obviously the combination between the contributions that are being placed into this bucket and then also what the percentage rate that is tied to this bucket is going to come back as. So if this percentage rate is positive, well, then you're going to see the growth from the contributions and the growth from the gains are obviously going to have a larger bucket. If this percentage rate is negative, well, it didn't matter how much money you place into this account. If you have a minus 50% from this percentage rate, well, then it's as if that bucket got cut in half. You're going to have a smaller bucket at the end of the day, at the end of the year. So the way that this percentage rate works is it's tied to different investments. So you have, dependent upon your 401k plan, is going to have a mixture of stocks, bonds, mutual funds are going to be the most common types of plans in there. You might see little things like passive strategies, such as like a target date fund that says, if you're going to be retiring in the year 2040, it's going to be more aggressive in the beginning years. And then as, year 2020 comes around, it's going to be more conservative. Year 2030 comes around, it's going to be more conservative, meaning more bonds than stocks. And then when it comes time to 2040, it's going to be almost 100% into a conservative type fund as opposed to the more aggressive in those earlier years. So the bigger picture is how the heck, if I'm placing dollars aside into a retirement account, how the heck do I grow this money? And how do I pick the correct mutual funds in there? And my whole concept behind this is with 401k plans, it's an employer-sponsored retirement plan. They're not going and saying, okay, we're going to give you 3,000 different options. We're not going to give you hundreds of different options to choose from. We're going to make this very simple, and we're going to give you about 5 to 20 different mutual fund options to choose from that you could say, okay, based upon my risk tolerance, I could use target date funds, I could use conservative, I could use aggressive portfolios, depending upon what your plan administrator is, and try to really pick the best ones to give you the best chance to have a positive interest credit. The downside to this is they're going to have limited funding options between those 5 to 20, which is obviously going to be a lot less than if you use an individual retirement account that would have thousands of combinations of different options that you could choose. The other downside is you have a combination of 401k related fees, and if you're placing your dollars